Getting into a relationship is not easy. Making the relationship not only a lasting, but a happy one is even harder. It takes effort to protect, nurture, and grow a relationship and eventual marriage. Everything will not be free-flowing as usual. The first enthusiasm of love and affection that you both had for each other gets to fade as time goes on. Familiarity tends to cause laxity, and then the love begins to slacken, and this could make the relationship not as interesting as it ought to be. Intimacy with your partner shows you are loved, and the moment such intimate moments between both spouses fade away, then loneliness and detachment sets in. The need to be committed and loyal to the relationship is important for such a relationship to be strong and stand the test of time, and this is why you need to know how to make your spouse love you forever. Commitment. Commitment is the first and most important step for any relationship to stand the test of time. For you to have a spouse that will love you till death part both of you, you have to show commitment to the cause of the relationship. You have to show how willing you are to sacrifice and endure so many things for the sake of your spouse. The more your spouse notices how committed you are to them, the more you gain their trust and loyalty, and they would be willing to be committed to you in return. This then increases the love and the affection you have towards each other. Commitment is what helps uplift the love and the passion you both share in the relationship. The more you show your willingness to commit to that relationship, the more the love would increase and grow in leaps and bounds. Commitment brings about a sense of security and control. When your partner sees how committed you are to the relationship, they have that confidence in you which would help build their trust and loyalty to you. At the end of it all, it would aid in tightening the deep bond of love between you and your spouse. So many couples are in marriage today, not because they still love one another, but because some are afraid of what others think of them. Examples of this are pastors, celebrities, and known figures in society. They don't want to be termed divorced, and will rather portray their relationship or marriage to be perfect when they have issues with their spouse. Others are simply enduring their marriages all because they have children or kids and are only committed to them. However, a loving relationship and a marriage are not meant to be endured. The reason for a relationship and marriage is meant for both couples to share love and affection. Number 2, make them your best friend. You must make your partner your best friend for you to experience true love and friendship. You should be that person who knows how your partner feels, even without saying it, in whatever situation or circumstances that come up, and vice versa. Research has shown that people who claimed to be best friends with their spouses tend to live longer and happier lives, and they go on to have long-lasting and happier relationships and marriages. It's important to note that respecting your partner's boundaries and their views and decisions are all ways to make your spouse happy and ready to love you all the time. There are going to be fights and arguments sometimes, but you can be assured that because you have been a good partner who's ready to forgive and sort out issues that could bring toxicity to the relationship, they would love you and would never do anything to hurt you. Being there for them in times of trouble, pain, and trials are all qualities that your spouse would see and find indispensable. You should be that person your spouse wants to talk to and share whatever good or bad experience of theirs too. Number 3, communication. The more open you are to communicating your thoughts and feelings concerning issues in the relationship, the more the bond of the relationship is strengthened. Communicating openly about your life, interests, dreams, frustrations, and feelings is an important way to foster intimacy in a relationship. It is easy to easily get carried away or distracted by social media, smartphones, Netflix, and the internet lifestyle. It's now a norm for couples to go on for days without talking to each other. So many factors come to play as time goes on in the relationship. Between work schedules, children, and other obligations, sometimes it can seem impossible to maintain that commitment and love that you once shared between you and your spouse. As the gap widens, communication tends to break down, and so is the commitment, which could lead to the partner going their separate ways by getting divorced and seek love from another person. Everyone wants to be loved and cherished. This could hurt the relationship. So you must learn to listen to your partner. You should allow them to voice their thoughts and how they feel concerning various issues about the relationship. It's even more important that you set aside the time depending on your and your spouse's schedule. Such time should be free from interruptions or distractions where you and your spouse get to discuss issues concerning the relationship. Number 4. Share financial burdens and expectations. No matter how loving and happy a relationship is, the moment one spouse begins to feel the weight of financial burden all by himself or herself, then he or she is destined to begin to feel resentment towards the other. Getting to support your spouse financially based on who earns more should be agreed upon between both spouses. This makes the financial decisions easier to take and then strengthens the bond of the relationship. There are scenarios where couples have different mindsets and expectations about their financial obligation in a relationship or marriage. It's important to agree on a budget and work together as a team in ensuring that you both live a debt-free and a financially fulfilled life. McCoy says, couples who have shared financial goals are happier than other couples. By talking about their financial goals, they find a deeper level of intimacy. Research shows that once couples get over the hurdle of actually talking about money, the process of communicating makes them feel closer and more like a team. And that's the key ingredient to a financially healthy relationship. Number 5. Be supportive of your goals and aspirations. Being supportive of your spouse's goals and aspirations is a great way to show that you love and value them. It makes them feel supported and loved, knowing that you have got their back. Getting them to achieve their goals, be it academic, spiritual, or in any other area of life, will not only make them love you the more, but would make them appreciate and respect you the more. Most times, getting your spouse to achieve their lifelong goals entails a lot of sacrifice on your part. There are times that you're left alone when your spouse takes that long business trip or that course. Your understanding, patience, and constant encouragement are sources of inspiration that your partner leans on to make their dreams come true.